let's get started. What are you living for? What is your reasoning for living? People don't take things serious. I do. I'm very serious. Sometimes I wonder what I got myself into. All I expect is satisfied customers. Call in and let's talk about this because this is very important. Uh, let's discuss this conundrum. Call in at 702 605 4721. Man, I'm telling you, dudes be trying to show you how, in quotes, how to be a man. Them dudes need to check themselves. Because being a man to them is about handling women. Shit. I better put that weed down. Anyway, being a man to the average dude is about handling women. But being a man to the guy that attended SWU is about how you deal with everyday life events. You know, some of these gurus can't take their points of fact, and relate them to anything but how to handle a woman. Now, what I teach does not change if you're looking for a job and you get that interview. Uh, what SWU is teaching makes you use the same things to catch a woman as you would to ace a job interview. What we teach is the same thing you'd use to submit a bid for a job because you're a contractor and you're going to get the bid. Sidewalk University teaches you real things, not what's popular or trendy. So let me expound on what I mean, because I'm not talking about a fad. If you notice, most of the hosts talk about what's popular or what's trendy. I use my exact same principles on catching women as I do in my everyday life. Now, I don't change the way I think for the occasion or a topic. You'll get the entire male confidence course and enrolled in SWU at the diamond level for $500. You'll be supporting the efforts being made to bring manliness back. Do you want to know what I'm asked about when it comes to confidence? What I'm asked most about? How did I develop it to such an extent? You know, that's a good question. You should want to know that answer But the thing about the answer, what will it tell you? How did I develop my confidence to such an extent? I failed more times at more things than I care to admit. Failure is what made me so confident. When I wanted to learn to shoot pool, I struck out for many months, and finally it dawned on me to ask the owner of the pool hall to sharpen me up in my quest to become a shark again. Caller, what's up?
Good afternoon, Rosebud.
How
How's
you
everything
doing?
going? Yeah,
What's
I just
up?
wanted to ask you a question. I just wanted to ask, are you business savvy? I just wanted to ask that before I ask you a specific question.
Well, to me, I am, but I don't probably run business the way you do. What's the question, bro?
Yeah, so I own a property in Florida, a motel property, and I operate it. So we just recently had an insurance come out. So we're operating as workforce housing, and our insurance carrier told us if we operating as a motel or not. But under a tax agreement with the government of that specific city in Florida, we're operating as a motel. But we told our insurance carrier that we're operating as the workforce housing, which is like,
Hey, bro, if you want me to help you,
yeah,
you're going to have to speak where I can hear you, man.
yeah. I'm talking as loud as possible. Yeah. Can you not hear me? Cause
Some of the
um,
words you're saying I don't get. I don't hear you.
yeah, I'm talking right on the phone at the moment. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
I can hear
Is
you,
it
bro,
better?
but man, look, what is your question?
The question is that should, when filing for insurance, do you tell the carrier specifically what the property is intended to be used as?
Do you tell them what you're going to be using it for?
Yeah. So to us, we're using it as workforce housing, but under our tax agreement with the city, we're using it as a motel.
Well, I mean, heck, how can I answer that, man? I'm not there. I don't really know, but I would tell them what I was using it for. But if it would help me, I wouldn't. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, you talking about you using some property uh, in Florida, I think you said, but
Yes, in Florida.
yeah, but Florida rules are Florida rules, and I'm in Nevada. It's not a straight set of rules straight across the board for all insurance. It's different in different areas, bro. What's best for you?
That I just keep it as such. I just tell them, yeah, what we agreed upon is what is currently being used as.
Well, to me, that's common sense. I would go with that.
Got it. Got it.
All right, bro.
Understood.
Be
Understood.
cool. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't like that type of call because it's not really a bad call. It's just that I don't want to be responsible for this dude saying some shit that's gonna cost him whatever amount of money that he didn't have to pay. So, when things are general across the board, I can speak to you wherever you at. But when they're specific to your state, I gotta be in your state to know what you're talking about. So I was talking about learning to shoot pool. At first, I didn't think it was possible to ever win a game against Mr. Fuller. He told me that I would never win, but I might beat him a game or two when I got good. It took me 3 years to get good. I mean, I was good all the time, but it took me right around 3 years for me to be able to do what he wanted me to do. But finally, I won a game. I had run the table. Then he said, "You got to remember this, boy. The only sure way to win is to shoot out like you just did." I had run the table for the first time in my life, and a light came on in my head. Do you know that you can only win if you're confident in your ability? Now, after that, my confidence was 100-fold. Same thing I experienced when I turned out, and it took me almost 2 years, 2 full years to catch a second broad. I kept shooting my shots at every woman I saw because every night that's all we talked about. Getting at broads, not being discouraged, blah, blah, blah. That's all we talked about. And then I kept noticing that everybody was catching with me. And I started really flexing. But let me tell you something. Information is a motherfucker. So we talking one night, all the fellas, and after the conversation, I pulled the OG to the side. I said, "Man, I be doing everything we've been talking about, and I can't catch, man, for some reason." He said, "You been going out every night?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You been getting at all the women you run into?" "Yeah, man. You've been putting shit proper." "Yeah." And he said, "Man, you ain't did shit wrong. You just ain't ran into the right woman yet." Now that made hella sense, but it didn't register to me at that time. What did register was he said I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Now, what was really informing about that was I truly thought I was doing something wrong. But when he said I wasn't doing nothing wrong, I just hadn't run into the right woman, it cleared everything up for me. And what it cleared up was that if you do what you do for results, you're going to have a hard time. If you do what you do because it's the thing to do, you're going to have an easy time. And let me tell you something. I kept shooting my shots at every woman I saw until one day I caught one. And after catching her, I realized I wasn't doing a damn thing wrong because I caught her saying the same shit I've been saying. I just hadn't ran into the right woman. Soon I was in control of my fear of that, of not being able to do what was necessary. And believe it or not, it transferred to every area of my life. What can keep me down? Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, bud?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, I'm just want to salute what you're talking about right now because it's so powerful. The dudes are really picking up on it. But just what you mentioned about taking losses and trying to come up, taking 2 years plus. It's just I think dudes need to really understand how important it is when you on your path towards achieving greater that you're gonna have to take losses along the way, especially if you're taking a path that ain't really carved out. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just want to salute that and how you said not being focused on the results versus the process.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's huge too, man. So I thought that was a gem, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, let me tell you something. That's Dylan, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let me tell you something, brother Dylan. Keep doing what you doing, man. Just stay on these goddamn videos, analyze everything that registered to you, and see how powerful you be in believing in yourself. Ain't nobody gonna. I ain't saying nobody should be able to tell you shit, but can't nobody tell me shit.
Man,
You-
it's, I can't wait, man. Everything's unfolding, so I can't wait for a year from now to see what things are, man.
Hey man, the year from now gonna come so fast, you ain't gonna realize it. And you know what's gonna really show you where you at is when you realize you ain't tripping on shit no more. You do consider everything. You do think about it genuinely. But as far as wondering what you gonna do, you don't do that no more. You just do whatever you do in the thought process, but after the thought process, you coming up with the solution. And I love it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, man. You
Well,
stay down, bro. You got something else? I heard you finna say something.
oh no, that's it, man. I appreciate the time, boss man.
Hey man, be cool, Dylan.
All right, you too.
All right, yeah, you know that's beautiful, man. But before he called in, I was getting at something that's really important. What can keep you down? What in the hell is important enough to keep you from your goddamn obligations to your folks, to yourself, to life? What is important enough to keep you down? Nothing. I'm telling you, call in. Let's talk about this shit. 702-605-4721. I'm telling you, there's nothing important enough. And the only way you can prove that to yourself, is to motherfucking address everything. I have cotton mouth from all the damn talking I was doing this past week, dealing with these youngsters. You know, to you squares who want to judge me for living like I do. Caller, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, bud? This is Anton.
Hey man, what's happening, Anton?
It's cool, man. I'm gonna answer your question. What's important enough to keep you down?
What?
So when I was wrestling, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be a guy that wasn't afraid, right? And on some days, what motivated me was being that guy. But most days, what motivated me was losing out on being that guy. I didn't want to lose out on. I didn't want to live in regret. That's what kept me down on the difficult days.
Well, you know what? You are actually hitting the nail on the head, because when you wonder as far as you want to be a good wrestler, something has to motivate you. Now, just to be good, that's may motivate you, but you want to be a standout type guy as far as wrestling, then the closer you get to defeat without being defeated, man, that's going to teach you so much, because you don't want to be defeated. And if it's up to you, you won't be defeated. So anything that can cause defeat, you register it. I mean, you really register it, and you watch for it. And I believe, it, just hearing you say what you said, I bet you was a pretty good goddamn wrestler at time.
Yeah, 5 days a week for 6 years.
Man, yeah, that's good. Well, you're right, man. You got to focus on something that you want, and you did not want to lose. And first, you wanted to gain that prestige of being an exemplary wrestler. But once you was on that trail, you didn't want to lose it, and that's good, man. That's good. Hey, everything working out for you, man. I'm glad to hear it.
Yes, sir.
All right, you be cool.
All right, man.
Now, I forget where Anton is, but Anton is in another country, a whole nother place, totally different from what we experience. When he wants some dessert, he go get a brick and some glass, and some nails, and he make a sandwich. That's how hard his country is for him. And that motherfucker is prospering. Among all of that squalor, he's prospering. Yeah. So you can spend your time looking at or critiquing my life if you want to. I'm gonna spend my time living my life. In today's times, we need to give credit where credit is due. And never forget to give yourself a pat on the back for any accomplishment you achieve. There's no such thing as a small accomplishment. Now, I get a lot of congrats, but the heartfelt comments are bomb to me. Now, as a parent, you never know what lessons you taught your child will stick. I am so happy to see that the main thing I wanted my daughter to learn, she got. But I'm telling you, I feel just as happy when someone like Dylan or Anton call in and they say what they got from learning with me. They're not my kids, but I'd be just as proud. Just as proud. What I teach is it's all on you. Life. Life is completely up to how you interpret it. Now, my energy has been getting soaked up wondering about all the wrong shit. So I had to regroup. And I had to realize, you got to let life live. Now, people say live life. I say let life live. Because you can't control life. You can control parts of your life, but you can't control life. Life is existence. People are existing. You can't control that shit. So what I'm saying is I can't control what fate has in store for me. Neither can you. I can control the path I take in life. I simply cannot accept someone violating my belief in the good in people. I'm really and truly impressed with what I've learned during doing my business. Most people, a vast majority of the people, are 100% straight up. Ain't finna try to cheat you. Ain't finna lie to you about shit. I mean, the vast majority. There's a big percentage of motherfuckers that's the opposite too. But if I had 2 jars and filled one with the problems I've had in business, and the other filled it with the successes, I would be using both jars for the successes because, problems don't really occur. If they occur, that type of person, is on the other end. But what I'm saying is, if you being straight up, you're just not going to run into problems. And I'm being straight up, period. I am sure you and many others know exactly, what we learned. We should know no one is exempt from what the world has become. I know if anybody close to me needs me, I gotta see or figure out how to reach them ASAP. That's part of me being me. I gotta feel worthy of my joy. I have a passion to succeed. Part of succeeding has to do with feeling good about what you do. My road to success is determined by how I respond to situations. Carla, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bud? This is Rick in Kansas City.
Kansas City, Rick, what's happening?
Hey, man, I was thinking about something you said earlier, man, and I really like when you said the same thing you use to catch bitches, you can apply to when you try to get a job.
Goddamn right.
And the way that I apply that to myself is the word real. I'm real in every area, and it tends to pay off, no matter what the circumstances is.
Hey, bruh.
That's what I got out of that.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If you get nothing else, you got the most important thing. If you be straight up, you ain't 90% of your problems are already solved just by you being straight up.
Yes, sir. That's what I got out of that.
Hey, bro, that's real, brother, and that's where I'm coming from. That was a big point.
Yeah, that's all I had, man.
Hey, man, that's dope, man. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
When you're a dude like me, you live for what that brother just did. I want people to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want to have to say, come see the cat so that you can cross the street. No, I want you to pick that up, interpret it in your own words so it makes sense to you, and use that shit. Because he said he was focusing on the word real. But that's serious. That was the word to focus on. I don't even know if I said the word real. But that's what he got from it. Being real. I'm telling you, that's what it's about. Success for me is all about how I respond to different situations that may seem horrible until I, mull it over in my mind. I've been able to get proof that my work and progress has the blessings of God, or I wouldn't be here. I better value my time and get on with my goals with a new perspective. I know how easy it is to lose your life in this world. I'm here for a purpose, which I've known for quite some time. And that purpose is to share knowledge with whomever I'm speaking with. I just think I am one of the most fortunate men in the world because I don't hate. I would suppose I have some sort of jealousy or envy of different things, but I don't hate. It's not, I don't want you to succeed. I don't think like that. If you different than me or whatever is different about us, I'm not going to think I'm so much better that you shouldn't succeed. No. Because when a person is on the path to greatness, does he or she use caution? Think about what I'm asking you. When a person is on a path to greatness, does he or she use caution? Michael Jordan, when he was first coming up in basketball, and then he realized he was going to be qualified to be in the pros. When he first played his first game in the pros, he did not know he was going to be who he became. But he had the ability to become who he became. But he didn't become that motherfucker until he did what I'm talking about now. He threw caution to the wind. He didn't give a fuck. Long as he knew the rules and he stayed within the rules, whatever he could do, he was going to bring it. See, caution is required in all aspects of life. But sometimes to achieve that greatness that you're after, you got to throw caution to the wind. Now, if you agree with that, call in. Let's discuss that shit. 702-605-4721. Because I know the cautious man travels paths that's already explored. It's been tried. It's been tested. The man who uses caution as he travels, even though the two words mean mostly the same thing, but you're going to get different results. Because a man who uses caution will travel unknown paths, navigating with the knowledge that he has about paths, but he will go. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Questions are the catalyst of thought. Can you imagine living without having to think about things? Or living without having the answers to different questions that come to you? Animals, you got to understand, animals use instinct, which keep them in a survival mode. But that's about it. People are so fake and so full of shit that they limit their thoughts to survival. No one wants to be real with themselves or others. You want to know how I can prove you're all full of shit right now? The only way this can work is if you are totally honest with yourself. Caller, what's up?
What's up, Rosebud? I'm glad I got in touch with you.
What's happening?
I want to tell you about this experience that I had this morning with my lady.
Go ahead.
Me and her had been going through a lot of things, and we separated at the time. But I'm trying to dominate her, and so I went over there to the house this morning, and I said in my mind what I was going to do to her. I said I'm gonna have my way with her, and we gonna and that's what I said I wanted to do, right? And so we got in the mood and we get ready to do our thing, and she sort of told me what she wanted me to do to her, and so I didn't want to do it, and she pulled back and she said to me, "You see, I told you what I want, and you couldn't give me what I want." But I didn't want to do that. Say that again.
I just said it. I call. Yeah, excuse me. Go ahead.
So now I'm sitting here and I'm saying it, and so she well, that's how that played out. You know
Bro. What are you calling for, man? I mean, to hear your day-to-day or moment-to-moment shit, I don't really want to hear all that. I mean, I hope you satisfied yourself. But what is it you're asking the question about, or you want to ask the question about?
What I called for is because I wanted to see myself and in the moment when everything was happening in real time, I was aware, and I was in the moment. But I called you because I wanted to further see myself because things didn't go exactly the way I wanted.
Did you?
Say that again.
Did you further see
Did
yourself?
I?
Did you further see yourself?
Yeah, I seen myself all the way through it, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Okay, but I still don't know what your question is about.
Well, that's why I was trying to explain to you what I was. That's why I was trying to give you the.
Bro,
That's why I was
all of
trying
that
to.
stuff you was doing was creating chaos. Too much information is just like having none. You know, you don't get the pertinent facts. You need to know because I want to answer you, man, but I don't know what to answer to because I do know what I want to ask you though. Why do you want to dominate your woman?
Oh, that's a good question because I want her to. I want her to respect me.
Do you have to dominate her to get her to respect you?
I feel like I do.
Well, you shouldn't be fucking with her,
like
man.
Say that again.
You shouldn't be fucking with her. If you feel like you got to dominate her for her to respect you, then shit. She ain't worth your time.
You know what? I had came to that conclusion already.
So then, what's the purpose of this call and telling me all this stuff?
I don't know. I just had a.
No, listen. This is what you did. Listen, this is what you had. This is what all you guys at one point or another experience. You so full of shit, you can't believe yourself. Even when you're right, you can't believe yourself. Because you know how full of shit you are. Period. You got to stop being full of shit, man. Because the way you just presented whatever you was presenting, you handled it correctly. I mean, not handled it. You had thought to handle it correctly, but you didn't do what you thought because you don't believe what you think.
Well, I did what I thought. I didn't get the result, and I'm happy with it.
No, you didn't do what you didn't do what you thought because you said you had came to that conclusion that she wasn't worth fucking with.
Oh yeah, so then I should have left a while ago. Then yeah,
you goddamn right.
Yeah, you're right. Golly. All right, I'm still slipping.
Yeah, see, so this is why I like you guys to call in. Because what you're experiencing, you don't know how many motherfuckers listening to me experiencing that same shit in a different way. But the point is, if you stop lying to yourself, stop faking, stop fronting, you can believe what you think.
Well, what is it about me that's trying to make me dominate her? Why do I feel that strong to try to...
No, you don't feel strong. You feel insecure.
Ooh, wee.
Now think about it and admit it. You know you feel insecure. Her job better than yours?
Say that again?
Is her job better than yours?
No, I'm the breadwinner.
So I'm just saying her job is not better than yours.
She ain't got nothing on me. I don't know why I'm trying to dominate her.
Well, bro, yes, you do know why, man. You one of them brothers that's like lie to yourself about everything important. Because why you want to dominate her is very important. And it seems to me you would want to know why. You don't?
I like you said, insecure.
Well, bro, What do you think you should do about that?
Shoot, I don't know, Rosebud. The answer that on the top of my head is I mean, I know I can work it out. I believe in myself. I know I can work it out and get it right because I listen to you and I'm grabbing it, but I still see where I'm slipping at. But to answer that that weakness right there, that's something I gotta dig a little deeper and see what's going on.
Bro,
there.
you gotta come to Sidewalk University. There's methods you could use to stop that. There's things you could do that you can promote within yourself, that you could do without spending money, that you could do that's encouraged because this is part of a program. And all this shit is very, very easily overcome. If you was on, not easily, but if you was on this show and you heard, I think it's been 2 or 3 guys that went to my group call in, and you can hear the positive, the difference in the way they addressing what they doing and what they saying. And it ain't got shit to do with anything other than they are thinking now instead of not thinking. They're telling themselves the truth about shit instead of lying. You know, man, I would go talk to baby, but you know, I got something else I need to do. You know, shit like that when you know goddamn well the reason you ain't talking to her is you scared. See, that kind of shit gotta stop. And if it stops, when it stops, me and you be able to have straight up conversations and we'll understand each other. Just like so many of my students and I experience now. Every one of them came to my goddamn school totally sounding like you. Totally not sure. For different reasons, they in different countries, they different races, so it's not all the same shit. What's the same is they got 2 nuts. They men. So wherever the fuck they are, if they can interpret what I'm saying in English to their language, they can fucking do it. Because I am not asking you to do some heroic or strongman shit. You know, I ain't asking you to lift more weight than Hercules. All I'm asking you to do is tell yourself the fucking truth about everything. And it'll be not over. You'll still have to deal with your life, but you'll have an easier time in dealing with it. You feel what I'm saying, bro?
100%, Rosa.
I'm looking for you, man, to sign up.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Be cool.
All right.
See you guys. I don't care if you see it or not. I just want you to witness it happening. Witness it happening. People are calling in with things straight pertaining to them, but so many of you have the same issue in another way. That's why I like calls. I could help so many people with one call. While I'm talking, I might help somebody. But anyway, listen, I asked you to do something. I was getting ready to ask you to do something. And the only way it could work is if you're totally honest with yourself. Right now, you have 5 seconds to answer this simple question. If you answer the question in 5 seconds, it's going to show that you are a real person when you're dealing with people, and most importantly, when you're dealing with yourself. If you don't answer it in the 5 seconds, then you have work to do with the honesty that you supply yourself. This is the question. What is the most important aspect of your life's goals? Time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 5 seconds. Now, as the clock was ticking, I could have said this, but I didn't want to. I'm going to say it now, though. Before you trip, as far as answering that question, what is the most important aspect of your life's goal? If I would have said this, every single one of you would have answered it in 5 seconds. There is no right or wrong answer. Now, what you should get from that is just the mere fact that you wanted to see if you can answer it. Shows somebody like me, what he need to know. Now, what could that be? I've been on a hiatus, and now I'm getting ready to get back to business. My school is doing well, and I'm going to do all I can to improve where I'm at. Also, I've been, selling more MP3s than ever. The MP3s, the tools, are the bread and butter sometimes. But am I greedy, or do I want as many of you as possible to jump on what I'm talking about as far as the confidence? It's an especially good concept, especially when you factor in what all you get. But the answer to, the question is both. Why can't we both win? The rest of this year, do yourself a favor and enroll in Sidewalk University at the diamond level for the low cost of $500, a one-time payment. And you get access to the site, to everything in it for a full year. A full year. Now, the other levels, the gold and the platinum, $50 and $100, you get access, but you get limited access, and you get full access to the course. But the site, you get various limited access. But what I'm saying is, if you want full access, $500, you get full access for a year. Now, it's up to you what you do in that year. I would get all the tools. I would get everything I could get. I don't know what you would do. Now, I was wondering, what can I do to improve? And then I thought, just keep, asking myself that question, and I have 90% of it answered. I know I'm 71 and probably shouldn't ever be petty, but some shit gets to me. Some shit gets me to the point that I get vindictive. I said to someone the other day, people are funny. They treat you one way, especially when you need something that they have, but they don't expect to be treated the same way. So people use the fact that they have what you want, and they try to manipulate you because of it. Of course, when you check them on it, they have all kinds of reasons they did what they did. But they know the only reason was they wanted to be chicken shit. What happens when the shoe is on the other foot? They do exactly what you did. They call you over and over. And now, since you have something they want, they're nice and agreeable. Mind you, they still haven't offered what you've been asking for. But they surely want you to hurry and as soon as possible get what they asked for to them. Now, in that case, what should I do? Better yet, what would you do? Excuse me. Better yet, what would you do? A friend of yours has something you need quite badly, and you're almost pleading for it. But that friend has several reasons why you should wait to get what you want from it. Then you get something that friend wants just as badly. and he don't expect to wait, what would you do? Especially if that friend didn't even offer an exchange. You know what I did? I put it out that I had what he was talking about. And that motherfucker immediately got at me about it. Never one time, not once caring that they still hadn't given me what I had asked for. Although I didn't need it anymore because I had already got it. But when they asked me for what I had, I agreed. An hour later, they called again and asked because I hadn't brought it. And after that, they called again. I wanted them to feel what I felt wanting something important to me. Instead of giving it to me, I was held hostage by my desires until I said, fuck that shit, and went on my own. I mean, I knew I would get the chance to be as chicken shit as they were to me. And I know I'm too old to think of this kind of shit. But I still do, and I gotta handle it as I see fit. People are funny. I know I haven't been promoting it as I once was, but you guys don't sleep on my MP3s. They're winning. They're winners, and you will be a winner. They're winning at SW, but that don't mean they won't win for you if you don't attend my school. You just won't get it 100% as it should be understood. Let's face it. If you get 1% of it, it's going to be better than where you are. But, there's no way you won't improve or enhance your outlook on yourself and women if you study my course alone. You still will get more from SW in 3 months than you can get in 10 years at any Ivy League school. I ain't volunteering to babysit some motherfucker in Canada or the US or any fucking where. I ain't babysitting. Testimonials are dope. And if you want to give me one about how my shit has helped you, hit me up with your phone number so we can talk and I can record it. Now, if you have benefited from, my male confidence or SW, let us know. AskRosebud@gmail.com is my email. And I don't know what to say to you guys, say about you guys. I should have sore fingers from typing so many goddamn emails. I don't, though. I can only say it's a waste of time to get at women and don't know how to close the deal. Closing is very important when you're out on the prowl. Why learn what to say to attract her and you don't know what to say to captivate her enough to keep her? I'm telling you, if you stop lying, if you would only use you and your life or your surrounding as what you need to inspire your conversation, you would be fine. If I don't use nothing but my life when it comes to conversation, when it comes to me, getting that baby, whatever I'm talking about is about something I'm doing or want to do. And when she bring up whatever she bring up, I talk about that too. But if she ain't talking about what she want to do with it, I ain't staying on that. I'm finna go somewhere else. You guys got to realize you are the commander. You're in control of this ship. You are the one sailing it. Don't forget that. Look at that. 80 people. That's a lot of people. I don't fucking claim to have the biggest audience, but I do give my audience the most. All right, you guys, I'm gone.